Hello children, today we are going to discuss the heat and temperature. In this chapter of physics we are going to discuss the following topics. The first one is explanations about the heat, which is the form of energy, and the second is studying about the temperature as a measurement of heat energy, and the different scales which measure the temperature, like Celsius scale, Fahrenheit scale, and the Kelvin scale. So today we are going to discuss these three topics. So let's move to the next slide. Dear children, just look at these pictures and find out that there are some objects in this picture which heat the things, what some other objects which cool the things. So this is for you, and you need to find out the ones which are heating the which heat the things and which do not heat the things, like electrical press. Of course it has the metallic surface and metallic strip which gets heated up, so it heats the thing, and the microwave oven also is going to heat the things, and the refrigerator cools the things which are kept inside it. So all these pictures are giving us the idea about the heat and temperature. Now the first topic is heat is a form of energy. So as I discuss that the heat is a form of energy, and energy is the capacity to do the work. Another definitions of the heat is actually it is in the form of energy. So energy transfer which takes place from the body which is at the higher temperature to the body which is at the lower temperature, and in this case both the bodies should be in contact, and the heat takes place from the hot body to the cold body when, unless and until both the temperature of both the objects becomes equal. Till that time the heat takes place, and when the temperature of the body becomes equal, then heat stops. Now let us understand with the help of a small example that how do we feel the hot and the cold objects. This activity gives us the idea about the sense of touch. So let us take the three small containers. In the first container you can take ice cold water, in the second you can take a normal water, and the third container you can take the lukewarm water. So put your one hand in the ice cold water and the other hand in the lukewarm water for a few seconds, and after that remove them and put simultaneously both the hands into the normal water. So the hand which is sifted from the ice cold water, and if you put it into the normal water, in that case that hand feels a little bit warm because the heat flows from the normal water to the ice cold the water. Another, if you put the other hand which is sifted from the lukewarm water into the normal water, so in this case the your hand feels cold because the heat flows from the lukewarm water to the cold water. So idea is all about that. This shows that the heat travels from a hot body to a cold body. Let us differentiate between the heat and temperature. So heat is a form of energy where the temperature is a degree of hotness of the object. Heat increases the temperature of the body. What the temperature gives us the idea about the direction of the flow of the heat from the hot body to the cold body. And the SI unit of the heat is joule, whereas the SI unit of the temperature is Kelvin. Now let us discuss with the help of this diagram. This diagram you can make in your notebook. So this diagram differentiates between the Celsius scale, Fahrenheit scale, and the Kelvin scale. So let us consider the Celsius scale. If you look at the Celsius scale, the first one diagram, the lower one point which is mentioned there, 0 degrees Celsius, it is called the freezing point in the Celsius scale. So the Celsius scale has the range 0 degrees Celsius to the 100 degrees Celsius, where the lower fixed freezing point in this scale is 0 degrees Celsius, and the boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius. And this Celsius scale was invented by the Anders Celsius. Move on to the next move on to the second diagram. In this diagram you look at the lower fixed point is 32 degree Fahrenheit, which is the freezing point of the water, and in this Fahrenheit scale the boiling point of the water is 212 degree Fahrenheit, and this scale was invented by the Lord Fahrenheit. The third one picture indicates that the freezing point of the water is approximately 273 Kelvin and the boiling point of the water is 373 Kelvin, and this scale was invented by the Lord Kelvin. But the Celsius scale is the mostly the scale which is used worldwide. Another uh, let us discuss these scales which I showed you in the pictures. As I told you that the Celsius scale was invented by Anders Celsius. On the scale, freezing point of the water is 0 degrees Celsius and the boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius. It was invented by the Anders Celsius. Fahrenheit scale was invented by the Gabriel Fahrenheit, and here the unit is degree Fahrenheit, and in this scale the freezing point is 32 degree Fahrenheit and the boiling point is 212 degree Fahrenheit. The Kelvin scale was invented by the Lord Kelvin. Here the freezing point of the water is 273 Kelvin and the boiling point of the water is 373 Kelvin. And very important, the degree sign is not used in the Kelvin scale. So let's have a look of all these different scales and what about the lower fixed points and the upper fixed points. So in the Celsius scale, the lower fixed point is 0 degrees Celsius. In Fahrenheit scale, 32 degree Fahrenheit. In the Kelvin scale, 273 degree Kelvin. Upper fixed points are as follow: 100 degrees Celsius in the Celsius scale, 212 degree Fahrenheit in the Fahrenheit scale, and approximately 373 Kelvin in the Kelvin scale. So that's all about the today's lecture. Make a note of it and learn them. Thank you.